What's going on, guys? I'm on the PBE, and I've just been messing around with these masteries for I'd say around the past better half of 30 minutes, and I think I've come up with some cool new pages, and I was a little bit confused at the start, so let's take a look at this. As you guys know, I'm an 80 carry guy, so the first thing I tried to make was an 80 carry page, and here's what I came up with. And this is pretty interesting because there's no longer just like a set route that you can go down. In my opinion, I'm actually going to be choosing to use two 80 carry mastery pages, but I'll show off the first one. Let's just return all these points here, and let's go to Ferocity. This is pretty much the new offense page. Instead of offense, it's called Ferocity, obviously. And here's the thing. You can no longer have two maxed out columns in the same row. So in Tier 1 here, we have Fury, which is attack speed, and we have Sorcery, which would be for more of AP champions. We can't have both maxed. You see, you have to have one, or you have to have the other two have other points into the categories. It's just not going to work out. So for 80 carries, the new thing is 4% attack speed. It's a little bit of a nerf from the previous Fury, but you guys will see why in a second. We go here to Tier 2, and you have Feast, which has been changed a bit. Instead of killing a unit, it restored like 5 health or 3 health or something like that. It now restores 20 health, but it's every 20 seconds. So that's, what is that? That's 20, 40, 60, that's 60 health every minute. That's not too great for me, so I'm going to take Double-Edged Sword. So I deal and take an additional 2% damage. I'm gonna love that later in team fights, in my opinion, and I think that's better for 80 carries. Now, see, I can't choose both, though. There's no possible way to get both. Even if I try to put 3 points in here, I can't get both. So you have to pick one. So here's Tier 3. Vampirism. That's for something like Vlad. Although, check this out, 2.5% lifesteal and spell vamp from the very beginning of the game is very interesting. Or natural talent, 2 attack damage and 3 ability power at level 18. And so that would be 10 attack damage and 15 ability power at level 18. I'm not going to take that. I'm actually going to take Vampirism. And you have to max either one of those out. Or can you put 3 here and you can choose? See, that's interesting. You can put 2 here and you can put 3 here and actually put another point here without maxing it. I like that. I would have to actually go and look at the math for these, but offhand, the lifesteal just sounds fun, you know? It just sounds more fun from the beginning. I'd have to do some research into that and actually crunch numbers. Bounty Hunter, you deal 1% increased damage for each unique enemy champion you kill. This is Tier 4 now. And Oppressor, you deal 2.5 increased damage to targets with impaired movement, slow stun, snare taunt, etc. You deal 1% increased damage for each unique enemy champion you kill. I like that. So if I'm getting around 15 kills, that's you deal 15% increased damage. I'm going with that one. Oppressor, Bounty Hunter. That sounds pretty nice. Battering blows. So this is the new armor pen. Whoa. It goes up to 7% armor penetration. That's quite the difference from the last one. And 1.4. Oh, see, this is just for AP. That's magic pen. Here's the penetration column. That's 5. Penetration column. Here's the column number 6. And this is where you get your final maxed ability, right? So all these things, instead of having, you know, 1 or just 2 of the maxed main abilities, you now can choose from 3. And they're all pretty awesome. And we're going to go through them all. So Warlord's Bloodlust. Critical strike heals for 15% of the damage dealt and grants you 20% attack speed for 4 seconds. Right off the bat, I want that. Your basic attacks and spells grant you a stack of Fervor for 5 seconds, max 10 stacks, okay? Each stack of Fervor adds 1 to 8 bonus physical damage to your basic attacks against champions based on your level. Another great thing for 80 carries. These are both for carries. Deathfire Touch, and I suppose this one could be too. Your damaging abilities cause enemy champions to take 6 plus 50% of your bonus attack damage and 20% of your ability power and magic damage over 3 seconds. And if you're wondering, hey, why is the AD so much higher? It's not. It's bonus attack damage, not your standard flat AD. Area of effect and damage over time abilities apply half this damage over 1.5 seconds instead. All viable options, but as an 80 carry guy, I will tell you right now that this sounds the best to me. Critical strikes heal for 15% of the damage dealt and grant you 20% attack speed. Can you imagine once you get to 50% crit? And it's only a 2-second cooldown. That's not that bad. The next best one would probably be Fervor of Battle to me. That sounds interesting, just being based on the physical damage, every basic attack. So let's go here. Cunning is more going to be your utility tree, and this is your defensive tree. So as an AD carry guy, I really want some defense, and I'm going to put all 5 points. I believe, yeah. I don't want the health regen. I'll show you guys this, though. Health regen maxed out now is 2 health regen per 5 seconds. I don't want that on an AD carry. I would rather have 6% bonus armor or magic resist. Tier 2 of this one is Explorer. 12 movement speed in Brush and River. That's really interesting, actually. And you take 2 less damage from champion and monster basic attacks with tough skin. I want Explorer. 12 movement speed in Brush and River. So that's the Brush in the bot lane. And running through River, you get additional 12 movement speed. I like that a lot. Not only does that help move through River faster, obviously, it's very self-explanatory, but moving in Brushes in bot lane is a lot better and easier to escape from ganks, so I would gladly take Explorer over Tough Skin. Now, Tier 3 here is Runic Armor and Veteran Scars. Here we go. So, Veteran Scars, you can get your 4% total health, but Runic Armor is really interesting. Check this out. 8% bonus to all shields and healing on you, right? So, let's say if Nami throws that water bucket at you and you get healed, it's another 8%. But it includes lifesteal and regeneration. But, see, I'm kind of mixed up on this, and this is what I'm going to have to test. But right now, I'm going more Veteran Scars. And, of course, Insight. Your summoner spells have 15% reduced cooldown. I think that's going to be a thing now. Or Perseverance. 50% health regen increased to 200% when below 20% health. No. Insight. And so far, in the first 30 minutes, these are the rune pages that I created for an AD carry. Here are my ones for an AP. It's pretty self-explanatory again. Except the only difference is that I took things that are more towards the AP side. Like the magic penetration and the AP magic damage over 3 seconds, AoE and stuff. And of course the 2% increased ability and spell damage. And so that's pretty self-explanatory. But here's a page that I was going to use for my Thresh. Another thing I want to test out. So let's go over cutting first since we haven't done this. 3% movement speed out of combat. That's pretty interesting right there. I like that, and it's the better alternative to savagery for Thresh, in my opinion. This is more going to be for junglers. Secret stash. Your potions, flasks, and elixirs, Jesus, last 10% longer. Additionally, your potions are replaced with biscuits that restore 20 health and 10 mana instantly upon consumption. That's pretty good. I don't want this. Like I said again, that's for junglers. And meditation. It was either meditation or merciless for Thresh. Deal 1% increased damage to champions below 40 health. No thanks. Once every 5 seconds, regen 1.5% of your missing mana. I'm a big Thresh guy. I love Thresh. I play a lot of games as him. And I think these are going to be the best masteries. And I like the meditation. I just realized I have one more point available as well. Wow. Bandit. Gain 1 gold for each nearby minions killed by allied champions. This is a very support, utility-based, what would you call this? Just a mastery. And here we go. You can put another point in precision. That's gain level armor or magic pen. That's interesting. Now that I'm reading more into this, this looks like it could be used for marksman as well. Dealing 30% of a champion's max health within. Your third attacker spell on an enemy champion shocks area around them. Dealing 10 damage per level, plus 20% of your bonus attack damage and 10% of your ability powers magic damage to enemies in the area, so that's more AoE. Wind Speaker's blessing your heals and shields. Yeah, so this is a supporty tree, but that's just interesting right there, precision. That's I would probably put mine. Your cooldown reduction cap is whoa! Your cooldown reduction cap is increased by 1%. That's hold on, I gotta take all my points out of here. Your cooldown reduction cap is increased by 5%, gain 5% cooldown reduction. So champions now can have up to 45% cooldown reduction? I'm trying to think who would really benefit the most out of that. And I don't know, I'm not really big on the CDR champs because, you know, I play more AD carries, but that seems really interesting to me. Oh, and I know why I have a point available. I wasn't going to put a point in this tree, I was going to put it into this one to show you guys. That's right. Bond of Stone. 4% damage reduction. While near an ally, this bonus is doubled, and 8% of the damage they would take from champions is dealt to you instead. That sounds great for a support and great for an AD carry. This, I think, will be the standard for supports. Tank ones, that is. Strength of the Aegis. Siege minions and large monsters that you or nearby allies kill grant you 20 and 10% health respectively. After reaching the max bonus, further nearby siege minion kills restore 100 health. That's not bad as well. And every 4 seconds in combat, your next attack against an enemy champion steals life equal to 3% of your max health. So that's a tanky thing there. But yeah, Bond of Stone, that's insane. When you're an ally, this bonus is double 8%. That is really good. I like that a lot, so I'd probably take that one. But if you're looking at more things for supports, I might go to something like this. Your heals and shields are 10% stronger. Imagine Janna. Additionally, your shields and heals increase your target's resistances by 15% for 3 seconds when used on an ally other than yourself. That sounds great for somebody like Janna, and I'm sure Janna players will be taking that. So there it is. There's the mastery trees. It's pretty self-explanatory now, but I feel like there's a lot more, routes that you can go down, and I'm sure that's what they wanted to do, although I haven't read up on it. But there you guys go. That is my standard, pretty much support, AP, and attack damage room pages as of right now. I'm sure they're destined to change, once I do more testing. But thanks guys. I appreciate you guys viewing everything, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.